So I don't want to go into it too far because we know the coaching situation. We know the Russell Wilson situation in general. He really was not playing well. And I don't know if it's just from the media. What's the story? But my man feels like a robot, dude. When things are going bad, it's not, let's ride. We'll get back to it. You got to have some passion, dude. I'm not in that locker room. I don't see everything personally. But he just seemed like a robot. I don't know how you can get behind a guy like that. I'm just saying. I don't know if he needs to change his his attitude or his approach, but like you have to have some emotion, and I just don't see that from him. Of course, looking at the defense, yeah, I mean we need some players. But there's obviously some individual players that have played well for the Broncos, but as a whole, specifically that offense, it is awful. This offense, I mean, one of the worst like ever, specifically in their history. It is a very bad offense that just looks terrible. I mean, right out the gate, I mean, it was kind of hard to tell if it was like, are the Seahawks proving more than the Broncos are proving that this could be a tough season? I don't know. We kind of seen that, Seattle sputtered a little bit near the end of the season, but they've looked a lot better than they should have, whereas the Broncos have looked a lot worse than they should have. Long term, we don't know. Maybe they bring in a new head coach and everyone starts rallying and, Russell Wilson returns to form, but as of like right now compensation, the Seahawks get like an A+++, and the Broncos get like an F- because they're giving a top 5 pick. I don't know when this will come out. Maybe it'll be a confirmed top 3 pick by the time this comes out, but a top 5 pick to the Seahawks, who had Geno Smith playing better than Russell Wilson and other picks. It wasn't just like it was this year's top 3 pick. It's insane the comp that they got. Rather than, Denver maybe, I mean, you can't say tanking, right? But, they would have that pick themselves. They could have went with a young quarterback that they could build around for the next 2 decades maybe, rather than Russell, who, is kind of like a 5-year window type of quarterback, and they don't seem like a team that's ready for, that kind of situation. Of course, we should have an extra first-round pick from the Bradley Chubb trade, which I almost forgot to do. We will add that, but obviously the point of this is a speed rebuild where we will get 10 minutes because it is an 80 overall or less team, plus 2 for the trade backout glitch where you saw the backout, otherwise certain players or draft picks won't show up. And we are going to hopefully turn this into the best possible team we can, and I don't know if that's going to feature Russell Wilson or not. Now, I will say I'm not super familiar with the Broncos game in Sim. I'm not really sure which players work, which players don't. I just know that they usually aren't in the running for anything, even in like a 5-year span. But I would like to trade Russell Wilson if he has value, because once again, he's a very low overall quarterback, but he's still superstar development trade. So we should be able to get a lot back for him. You could probably even get like a straight up trade for him for like some like 85 star or something like that, maybe even more, because dev matters that much. But regardless of the point, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. I don't know why I said 0. I want a new quarterback as quickly as possible. Actually, shouldn't be doing that. Let's do... So what could we actually do for a quarterback? Like, what's Brady's value? Let's take a look at Brady. There is no trade. Okay, so our team... very bad. Let's just let's throw that information out there right away. Tua in Sim. And the money he wants. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to be able to pull off any quarterback at this point other than like Jimmy Garoppolo, which I don't want. I'd rather just keep Russell. I mean, Patrick's a great cornerback, obviously, but he's a decent quarterback in fairness. Is there anyone? Geno Smith, ironically, but he's not really worth it. Honestly, the only guy that's really tradable might be Kirk Cousins, which, do I really want to trade Russell, Javonte, and Sutton for Kirk Cousins? So let's go Russell. Can we do like a 2nd and 4th next year? I would take the upgrade, I think. I think Kirk, he's got really good ratings in the game. I think he'd be worth it. Dalton Risner's not the greatest player in the world. Oh, no. If we just had a 2nd this year, we might have to do a 1st next year, which is... kind of costly. Oh, I did not realize I was going to be pick 9. Jefferson is probably going to be out of the question, but it's not like he's not like so out of the question that it's impossible to get him though. Can we do this? We do need the edge. Can we just do one of them? Anyone at all? Is this really going to cost us that much for Kirk? Really? It seemed like a second-round pick was going to be good enough this year. Bro, that is such a scam. 2 minutes gone because I'm getting scammed out here. Danielle Hunter, Patrick Peterson. I would do a trade like that. Oh, it's so close, too. Oh, it's so close. Patrick Peterson is great value because of his age. So if we can go Patrick Peterson and, like, I guess Brian O'Neill because he's a lineman, but it is a tackle after all. Oh, come on. I'm wasting so much time here kind of arguing semantics at this point, if you will. 33 years old, right? It's so close, and it's just so painful that it won't just go, dude. Za'Darius is actually higher value than Daniil at this point, which is very interesting. Darisaw is like, he's a little old for my liking. Thielen's not going to do me much, but I'm just going to take the trade. Wow. So it costs us a lot to get a new quarterback, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't feel great about the situation. It took us 3 minutes to spend a ton to get a quarterback that's, I mean, he's better, but I don't know. I'm getting like Orton vibes anyways from, which is weird. Thielen at number 1. I like Cortland Sutton, but I'd really like to get a proper tight end if I could. I don't know. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if we need a tight end. I'll try to get Njoku a little bit later, but I actually don't think we need a tight end. Can we get... I'm trying to think. We need edge, but like, what are you going to do? Get Myles Garrett for 2 wide receivers? Not possible. Chargers. Maybe you get Mack. Khalil Mack and Mike Williams. That would be a lot to ask for, but it would be a hell of a haul. I'd be willing to give up a first round, but I just can tell that they don't want to do that, so I'm not even sure why I'm trying. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Mack being an X factor still is pain because he's still going to have a high value because of that. Can we do like Mike Williams? Can we pull this off? Bro, it's so costly. I need edge. You guys want to give me Chase Young? Where's Sweat? I just seen him. 82 overall. Sutton for Sweat straight up. Okay, so maybe more of those like straight up trades where, you know, we're getting rid of a position that we have depth at, where, you know, we're gaining position that we don't. So we have what appears to be edge. I don't think Randy Gregory is going to be worth trading off, and he's decent enough. Linebacker wouldn't hurt. Cornerback, I think with Peterson, you're perfectly fine with. K'Wan Williams is okay. Kareem, try to replace him, but he's obviously not going to have value. Interior D-line, we could really use an upgrade. O-line is not great. Let's see what we can get for these guys. If they can give us a tight end, I would take it. Ed Oliver. Cornerback's okay. Smith-Schuster. Bobby Okariki's not bad. Holland's a good trade, actually. Holland for these guys, I think, is a pretty good value. Who's that? Calais Campbell. He's a 1-year guy, but obviously that's what this is anyways. I'm going to try to get Holland here. Where's Holland? Trent Sherfield as well. Why not? All right, so we got ourselves a new safety. Might make Stearns available. I don't think Kareem Jackson's going to be worth much once again. And I suppose you can get rid of Darius Phillips. I don't know if he's going to have any value. This looks like a waste of time, so I'm not going to trade like that. Going to hope we find some green interest if we can. I've seen the Jets. They're a team that has some decent interior guys. I actually think we're going to get this. We don't. I'd prefer to keep Kareem because he's going to have no value, but he's a decent overall. So a third-round pick would be great. Probably going to cost us a second next, though. Wait, actually, we gave him the 80th. Please. Please. Yes. Okay, that's a nice little trade because it saves us some time, adds to the interior. We definitely appreciate it. Linebacker is a must here. We need to get a linebacker. Who the hell would be a good linebacker? I suppose it's been a while since we haven't really done many of these rebuilds in general, but Demario Davis is always a guy that's not the hardest to get, and obviously he's a very high overall, although he's an X factor now. Bro, why do I always have to deal with all this, man? Like, this is too much. I can't. He's too good of an overall. Bobby Wagner, I think, actually is dropped down to star, if I'm not mistaken, so he might be able to pull off a Bobby Wagner trade. Not that toughly, if you will. I don't know. It's words. 2 youngsters. Martin is apparently interesting for them. I would do that second round next year if we still have it. I think we ended up keeping it because we had to trade the first instead. Please. I have a feeling if we get rid of Martin, it's going to go. It's not. Please, dude. I just need a linebacker. Bobby's him. Bobby's him. 2/3 and a second. Then the fact that they're like that stingy. I really don't want to get rid of Quinn Miners, but I would do it because he's a lower overall. You can maybe get like some older lineman to fill that role. 5 minutes left, and I feel like we're nowhere near where we want to be. Second round will absolutely do it, but I want to save it if I can, and it appears that I will not be able to. So please, Bobby, just come to the team. Done. We've got a really good linebacker now, at least, which would be nice to have some better players at the wide receiver position, maybe tight end. Let's try to get Njoku. He seems to be a guy that they absolutely never want to keep. So if I can just do a straight up trade, that should be easy money, right? It's not. We do have some stragglers. We still have that first round pick too, which is nice. Might end up using that for a wide receiver. I mean, we're probably not going to get someone crazy, but I'm trying to think of who we would even get. Ironically enough, do we maybe try to make like an Amari Cooper trade here? I don't know what his overall is in the game. He's still a 90. If they're willing to do like a first round pick, I mean, we can get some really good skill. Wow. Okay. I don't know what Amari Cooper's dev is, but apparently it's still pretty good. Oh my God. Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, maybe he lost his dev. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Doesn't seem like he lost his dev. Do we have any extra linemen here you guys don't want? Conklin, Joke. I don't want to give up a first, but I mean, at this point, I'm just willing to get something. Oh my God. I thought I was over trading. I guess not. Bro. I don't even know what this is worth. 3.5 minutes left, and I feel like I'm nowhere near ready. This is crazy, though. I don't even care. Just give me Njoku. We're getting off track, trying to get as much value per trade as we can. Is this game for real? Like, can you just take the trade? Like, that's actually, like, such a loss that we, like, just couldn't get the trade done. They actually may have just costed us. Like, I just went with the same trade. I'm so frustrated. Linebacker, why not? Alex Singleton, here you go. Thank you. Okay, I don't know why they took that, but didn't want the other stuff. Singleton's worth a fourth to them, apparently. So we could use another wide receiver. Don't think that's going to be, the craziest value. Please, we have 2, maybe 3 minutes left. Clowney is interesting. I mean, we're not going to get a crazy wide receiver here, so I'm not really sure why I'm investing this much time into this. But I'm willing to just try to get something, and I think Denzel Perriman is, I guess, good enough in this case to be worth the trade time in. Moreau, tackle. So we have no offensive linemen, like, at all, which is great. Love it. Sweat, so... Jesus, we're in some trouble. We're in some trouble. What was that? Who's offer? Colts. Who's that? Colts and the Lions. The Lions have linemen. I'm not going to get Amon-Ra. If I can just get, like, a few linemen off these guys, that would be great. I mean, at this point, it's not even about getting quality linemen. It's about just getting linemen, which I don't think we're going to get this trade off, believe it or not. I would do this, though. I mean, I would do that. We need that. We need that trade big time. May have over-traded a little bit, but, I mean, we were desperate for that trade. We needed it so badly. We're kind of, like, locked in, though. Like, I really don't think we can do a whole lot better for ourselves here. Who was that? The Ravens? No, it wasn't the Seahawks. We have about a minute and a half left. Oh, Tyler Lockett could be clutch. Damn, we need a wide receiver so bad it hurts. Texans, Cook isn't even that good anymore. Mooney, maybe. The Lions, we might actually just go right back to them for Amon-Ra, who's maybe not the greatest, but I would take him at this point. Might have no choice but to take him. Amon-Ra and, like, Jameson. There's no way they give us Jameson. I don't even think they're going to give us Amon-Ra. He's like a superstar now, isn't he? Oh, my. Just give me Frank Ragnoff for this. I'd do it. Oh, man, that's an L. That's an L. The Rams, what do they got? Havenstein and Allen Robinson for the depth, I guess. I don't even know. Oh, my God. I'm just going to take it. We have, like, no time left. 30 seconds left. Do we have a draft pick still? We have the first-round pick we have to use up. 26 seconds. I'm kind of getting nervous. I don't want to spend too many picks. O-line is okay. It's not great. I think we might have had like one extra lineman. If I can get this for an elite wide receiver, like Metcalf with 1 second left here, 10 seconds left, Metcalf, please just give me Lockett, dude. If I let a first-round pick go, no! I'm going to allow it. I don't care. I'm going to allow... Okay, we sold. Left a whole first round on the freaking board. So definitely far from my best work. However, one of the tougher teams that we've had to start with turned this team from a 79 overall to an 84. I can't believe Kirk is that valuable in the game as a normal dev 34-year-old. I get he's got really good ratings in 84 and he's a quarterback, but like normal dev, where is he going with that? You know, like, what are you going to do with that? Also, number 3 is interesting. Didn't really help the offense at all. Like, well, we helped it, but you could argue we also hurt it as, you know, we got Njoku and, you know, we added a little bit to the line, but overall we lost Sutton. We lost Tim Patrick. We gained Thielen. He's good overall, but he's not really built to be even a number 2 at this point in his career, so may have sold on the offense a little bit. Defense, you know, we added to the D-line with John Franklin Myers, cornerback, you know, Patrick Peterson, Wagner and Perriman at inside linebacker, Sweat on the edge, and then Holland as the strong safety. But yeah, this is by far one of the worst jobs I've ever done. But like I said, out the gate, I mean, there really isn't a lot of trade value here. I mean, there's not a lot of guys with dev. We had no one on offense other than Russell Wilson, and then on defense, it was Patrick Surtain. I mean, there's no one else. No one else with dev. They're not that great of a team in the game, and have we done enough, or is this just going to be a failure? I mean, this is by far the worst failure we had, if this is. So I've been slow simming, and John Franklin Myers is kind of him. He is a superstar based on the camp standouts. I mean, from getting camp standouts like all the way through in rebuilds, maybe 2 or 3 on the entire year for regular rebuilds, and it happens here in a speed rebuild where it's probably a losing effort, but hey, he gives us a chance, I guess. Super Bowl playoff chance on the line, and a loss at the end of the division rival Chargers is going to make it all for nothing. Wow, that's not lackluster at all. Gotta love a speed rebuild. So the Broncos, they're kind of screwed. I might actually rebuild this team proper at some point. Of course, we ran with the Chiefs playbook. I ran the Cowboys at these points. I was like, maybe let's just become a run-heavy team. But yeah, lost by the 3 to the Chargers. Obviously, it's a tough division anyways. You know, when we did the first rebuild of this team, when, you know, even EA and everyone kind of thought they were going to be a decent team. Like, Russell was probably like 88 plus overall. We were like, I think 9-8 on that first year of the rebuild. So, you know, even then, it's still challenging. So it might just be a division thing as well. We traded... Let's see how Russell played for the Vikings. Come on, man. Let me live, man. So much better. So the overall doesn't seem to matter too much. We should have kept Russell, but with Javonte Williams, Jerry Jeudy, and Njoku to Thielen, they're all pretty good, actually. Blocking. Yeah, this was, I mean, obviously we did better than the real-life Broncos, but almost like a D build. Also, McManus. I mean, remove the MCM, and you've had his season pretty much. Pretty bad stuff there. Let's take a look at the MVP. See who wins the Super Bowl, and burn this video from existence, basically. Wow, that did not go particularly to plan. Also, how is Basic Crosby on the Colts? This is a one-year thing, huh? But yeah, that was tough. The Broncos are a tough team. That is a team that I will likely rebuild again properly in the near future. Obviously, I still have to do actual teams that we haven't done, like the Patriots, and I don't know if we've done the Ravens. I'm trying to think of another team that we might, and we're probably missing about 5 at this point. We're also broke as hell. The Chargers, in fairness, a team that we only lost by 3-2, just won the Super Bowl 59-7 over the Packers. So, you know, call it a failed rebuild. You could also say that it was a really tough division where the Chiefs even went 9-8, and we didn't even trade with them. The Chiefs, I think, missed the playoffs, right? I think they did. Or they're very close to, if not. Yeah, I mean, Say what you will, it's a tough division, and this team is kind of in shambles. Absolutely no money. All that money goes to Russell. So I will say, as far as like a rebuild goes, regular, when you have to kind of keep Russell Wilson, I don't know how that works. So if you guys are really interested in me doing a proper rebuild of this team in the future, very near future, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, failed rebuild, I don't know. We don't usually get too many that are kind of this bad. 8-9's not the worst in this division, but definitely could have been a lot better. But yeah, chalk it up. Chalk it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate your continued support. Let me know what you guys think we could have done differently. There's probably some other cheese players that we could have maybe got that were like, you know, star dead, that were super old, like 1-year deal kind of guys. There's some players in the game that are like, I don't know if Devin White's still like that anymore, but he seems like Devin White usually. Isaiah Simmons kind of guys that are really easy to get in trades. Didn't help that we kept a first round on the board. But yeah, the Russell Wilson trade seemed to be a very detrimental trade. I think the quarterback values are just a little too high in the game at this point. Like the overall and dev of Kirk there and his age really should not have been worth as much as it was. I mean, he is literally like, let's actually take a look at regressions, which I think would be like right now. If he doesn't retire, to be honest. Like, he's going to regress hard. Like, he's a 78 overall now. Like, that's what we put a ton of value into, is a 78 overall quarterback now. Like, that's pretty absurd. Dev up for Njoku. Franklin Myers went from star to X Factor. I mean, he's maybe a guy we do have to focus on a little bit more in these kind of situations going down the line, because he is really solid in the game. Regardless, though, that is going to be it for... Did I actually take a look at the rest of our stats and awards? I kind of got distracted. I don't remember actually looking at the defensive sacks. I kind of just, like, zoomed past that. Probably wasn't anything to note. John Franklin Myers was pretty good, but... Yeah, that's going to be it for the Denver Broncos speed rebuild, which was a top right of the screen coach name. And let's hope the next one's a little bit better. Maybe you got to find a team that actually has a little bit more trade bait. It's maybe like 2-3 teams at best that I would say are tougher than this for a speed rebuild. Maybe the Bears, Texans. I can't really think of anyone else. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for the next video, which will be a Vikings video a little bit later, I imagine. But until next video, see ya!